If there is going to be a conventional war between China and America, who do you like to win? Well, that is a tricky answer. A few months ago I favored China, but since then, Japan has chimed in supporting Taiwan, and the Philippines appear to be getting their fill of Chinese maritime militia running Filipino citizens out of Philippines' exclusive economic zone. It's hard to beat Ethan Larson's thoughtful answer. What I will address here is this isn't a simple case of the U.S. trying to impose a containment strategy on China. There are vital U.S., Japanese, Chinese, and Taiwanese interests at stake. On the surface, Taiwan is just another island off China's coast. The U.S. and most of the world's diplomatic services have acknowledged that basically the People's Republic is China, and there is no other China. Taiwan is considered diplomatically, at least, not to be a sovereign nation. That goes as far back as the Shanghai Communique issued at the end of Nixon's groundbreaking trip to China. Given this, it would seem any move to defend Taiwan would be contrary to the stated policy and interest of the U.S. China is our largest trading partner. We owe them a nice chunk of change. It would seem to be in everyone's interest to just tell Taiwan, hey, settle for the best you can get. The problem is the reversion of Taiwan to the PRC would threaten key interests of several nations in the Pacific. Geography. Taiwan's south coast borders on the Strait of Luzon. That passage between Luzon and Taiwan. That passage includes a lot of undersea cables, and a deep water passage for Chinese subs to venture into the open Pacific undetected. If China secures Taiwan, they will claim the entire passage as Chinese territorial waters. That is only one problem. Given China's current claims in the South China Sea, it would be reasonable to expect China to claim territorial waters to include the Senkakus out as far as Okinawa in the north and Luzon in the south. That puts Chinese aircraft and ships astride Japan's oil shipping routes, in what China already claims as its territorial waters. If you put Taiwan into China's existing claims, this is what it looks like compared to the shipping lanes. If China is allowed to secure her claims, they will have South Korea, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Thailand by the neck. The Chinese would also be in position to exert influence on Australian, New Zealand, and U.S. trade with Japan, South Korea, and Southeast Asia. Economic. Again, there does not appear to be much at stake here concerning just who is in charge in Taipei. Again, looks are quite deceiving. Semiconductor production in Taiwan. By itself, Taiwan produces 65% of the world's supply. Throw in South Korea, it's 18%, and China's 5%. A move into Taiwan would place 88% of the world's semiconductor either directly under Chinese control or very strong influence. There are serious national security issues involved with Taiwan. These interests include Japan, South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, and to a lesser degree Australia, New Zealand, the European Union, and the rest of the world. Is a war going to happen? Well, I really doubt it until after the Winter Games in Beijing. I suspect the response of the US, Japan, and a lot of other nations indicate they believe the threat is real. It appears to be a coordinated effort to discourage China. Will it work? I don't know. What I do know is China appears dead serious about taking Taiwan and its territorial claims along the first island chain.